Crossing over to our Western Bahr State, where the General Education Authorities, in collaboration with education partners, have launched a back-to-school campaign calling on parents and guardians to enroll their children for a brighter future. The National Minister of General Education and Instruction, Dr. Kuyok, alongside the UK, EU and Canadian ambassadors, as well as State Governor Daniel Sharif, witnessed the launch in the capital WOW. SSBC's Idris Stephen reports from WOW Town.
A high-level delegation comprised of the government officials, donor representatives and educational partners, led by the Minister of General Education and Instruction, Dr. Kuyok, arrived WOW and was warmly received by the State Governor Daniel Sharif on Monday. The team is on a mission to launch the annual Back-to-School campaign, aiming at encouraging more learners to embark on lifelong academic journey. After a brief meeting at the governor's office, the delegation went on to grace the grand occasion at Kosti Girls Primary School. Addressing the gathering, the Minister of General Education and Instruction, Dr. Kuyok, expressed the importance of sending children to school, reiterating government's promise for free and equitable education for all citizens. He acknowledged the efforts of the donors and education partners for supporting South Sudan education system.
I think you're coming here is going to help, is going to boost, promote, support these people, the students of this school and this very important state of Western Bahr Ghazal. Through your support, I want to acknowledge, David, that we were able to improve access to girls' education from 30% to almost now 1-to-1, as you have said. In fact, in some states in South Sudan, if you go to Northern Bahr Ghazal, Western Equatoria, you'll find that there are more girls than boys in primary school, and that is great. That is the progress in education that we were looking for.
And the governor of Western Bahr Ghazal State, Daniel Sharif, welcomed the back-to-school campaign as a stepping stone for not only regular learners but also school dropouts to regain their morale in education.
This program will enable those who dropped out of schools for one way or another to go back to schools. Therefore, at this moment, allow me to register a word of thanks and appreciation to the National Ministry of General Education and Instruction of effort they have made in collaboration with UNICEF and donors for initiating this program to promote education in our country.
The United Kingdom's Ambassador David Ashley highlighted the donors' progress in supporting girls' education in South Sudan for 12 years, and as it has come to close, a new initiative called Education for All has been announced by the Ambassador.
At the UK, we are very proud of our contribution to supporting education in South Sudan, and particularly girls' education. This month marks the completion of the GES program, Girls Education for South Sudan, after 12 years. So, whilst we are completing the Girls Education for South Sudan program, the UK, together with our partners in the European Union and Canada, are starting a new program, Education for All South Sudan.
On the other hand, the Canadian ambassador to South Sudan, Juan Means, reaffirms Canada's commitment to stand in solidarity with the children of South Sudan who are in need of better education.
As we launch this year's Back to Learning campaign, let us reaffirm a shared responsibility. Education is not a privilege, it's a right that every child deserves, and one that we must protect together.
More so, the European Union Deputy Head of Mission, Luther Ashley, also echoed the EU's commitment to continue drumming up support for the new initiative to strengthen learning institutions in South Sudan.
The Constitution talks about free quality and universal education for all. This is a great objective, and we are ready to support the government in achieving this goal. And I think it was mentioned before, it is crucially important to pay the salaries of the teacher to avoid empty classrooms. The European Union remains committed, as I said, to support the education through different projects, through the support also of vocational training to equip young people with the skills needed for agriculture, for energy, for climate, and for all of these things.
Meanwhile, the coordinator for National Education Coalition, Dr. Adoriak Niel, called for concerted efforts from the government and stakeholders to embark on resource mobilization to support the training and motivation of teachers across the country, as they are the pillars of better performance in every school.
I want to provide solutions to those problems, because central is the issue of the teacher. If we don't pay teachers, teachers won't come to class. If they don't come to class, children will not come to class. So there will be drop